It's almost 11 o'clock, and I didn't get up too long ago. I'm going to go for a jog and then probably make an omelet. That's what I do best, jogging and omelets. I went on a 4-kilometer jog yesterday, and that's not terribly long if you're an actual jogger, but I'm a guy who was raised around 2 chain smokers, and I had running asthma for a very long time. So for me, that's actually a pretty big feat. I enjoy jogging. You go for a nice jog, you go at a steady pace. You don't. It's not running. You know, if you run as hard as you can only run for like seconds, like 10, 15 seconds or whatever, and you get winded. But the slower you jog for, the longer you can jog. And if you walk, you can walk indefinitely. Like until your feet are blistered, that type of thing. But so last few days have been kind of fun. I've been on forum pages quite a bit, and I'm not just going to pick on Martial Arts Planet for the little fiasco that's going on over there. I've been on a lot of forum pages, like Internet and Movie Database is another great one, because there's so many kids that jump on these forum pages and all they want to do is beak off at somebody, and they don't even like listen to you address your actual argument or anything. Like, it's beautiful. If you're anonymous, you can say and do what you want. Oh, there's no crime. Like, it's a victimless crime. I can come on and say you're this, that, and the other thing, and everybody's happy. But like, I'm on this webcam. You see my face. So, you know, if you're in Moncton, New Brunswick, you might run into me someday. Ooh, you know, it's fun. Obviously, my name is on my, that's my tag. That's my name. I couldn't think of anything else to put, and I didn't want to put something else. I usually go by this other name, and I didn't want to put it because it would just look weird. It's more of appropriate for fighting games rather than something like this. But anyway, it's I'm not anonymous. I'm here. I mean, you see me, you can kind of get a feel for my personality. I'm here. I'm an actual person. I'm not just, you know. You can see that I move a lot. That's about it, really. And and I'm losing a bit of my hair, which some people have been so smart as to pick on. Like, they might as well have picked on I got brown eyes or green eyes or like so infantile. So yeah, these guys over at Martial Arts Planet, and I'm going to get to Internet Movie Database in a minute as well, picked on my theory that I said Bruce Lee was shot because a trusted friend of mine who has never lied to me in his life met the girl who's Bruce Lee's wife's best friend and said he was shot. And I figured there are a lot of people that did not like Bruce. There's a lot of martial arts schools that did not want him to teach outside, outside of China. So understandably, when you understand how China is, or well, was back then, still kind of is now, well, in certain ways, they did not want a lot of their secrets getting out. I mean, our culture discovered something 2,000 years ago, and it's been the pride and joy, and like been a real great thing for our country. Let's give that away to another country all of a sudden. We're fine with that. Let's not hurt the guy that's doing it. And yes, Bruce Lee was challenged an awful lot in fights. People wanted to beat him not because they were hired to do so, but because when somebody is claimed as the best, of course, you want to fight him if you're a fighter, and you want to say, I want to take him down, and I'm the guy that took Bruce Lee down. He was, it wasn't like every single fucking day, but he had people walk on the lot who were pretending to be extras, or, were nice to him for like a couple weeks to get into his favor, and then called him a name in front of everybody to make sure everyone was watching, and then Bruce would clean their clock. But I guess I have no evidence of this other than what has been written by people, but isn't that kind of the same thing as far as Alexander the Great or Genghis Khan? Or we have no evidence that these guys even existed, so all we have is what was written. Jesus, there's another guy. We have a book written about Jesus. Oh, so if you can't trust your internet sources or your best friends, who can you trust? Obviously, if these guys on Martial Arts Planet weren't there to see it, their eyes create truth, so it's only true if they were there. These guys are moral arbiters. They know everything. And obviously they know I have no legs. You've never seen my legs, right? So obviously I could be a guy in a wheelchair and I'm hooked on drugs, and this is my outlet. This is what I do when I'm angry. I come on the internet and I bitch. That's all I do. That's kind of what they do. Pot, kettle, black, much? So yeah, I go on their forum page after 4 pages of them insulting my character, my intelligence, all that shit. They didn't even address my theory at all. So I decided I would do a rebuttal video, and I thought my rebuttal video was fantastic. It's probably going to be one of those videos that'll be handing around. It'll get like maybe 1,000 views or something like that. It's not going to be like one of those 100,000ers or whatever, but I think it's funny enough if you've been following my videos. It is kind of funny because I don't know. I like that video because I actually call these guys out for forum lurkers for what they are. That's all they do. they want to look good in front of other people, and it's so easy to do on a forum page, yet to look good in front of other people you don't know is nothing. Do you see that? It's nothing. It's absolutely worthless. It's worth zero. And obviously, I don't know if you've watched any of my videos, I'm a pretty articulate guy. I'm pretty obsessive about some type of things. I'm a bit of an eccentric, of course, but I mean, I taught myself to read when I was 4. Like, I'd watch Sesame Street, and I believe Sesame Street is one of the reasons why I'm so smart. I don't know why, but that show challenges children at a young age. It causes your brain to develop faster, I think. So if I can teach myself to read at 4, obviously I'm pretty stupid. I know nothing, of course. Oh, I love it. They think that because they say something, well, anything that's said, of course, is fact. And if I say Bruce Lee was shot and they don't agree with that, that is an attack on their sensibilities, and they've got to come out and they've got to fucking crucify me, because that's what I deserve for making up something that, you know, they don't agree with. And then after all these pages of people mouthing off at me and calling me names and this and that, I decided to do my rebuttal video and actually join the page and, you know, give my 2 cents, because, you know, if they're going to bitch at me, why shouldn't I bitch at them? It is stupid to go onto these forum pages just to argue with people, but the way I see it, I treat people the same way in real life as I do on internet pages. I am kind to people, I do not beak off at people, and if they just decide to do it to me, why shouldn't I do it to them? It really makes no difference what I do, really. So whether I do it or whether I don't do it, it's all the same thing, but I do enjoy arguing. I like going on, hearing someone's little snippy, you know, insult-laced whatever theory, and then I go on and just say, look, you know what, this is not personal. This is me saying my theory. You can agree with my theory, you cannot agree with my theory, but it's from a pretty reputable source, which is one of my best friends, and Bruce Lee's wife's best friend. And if she says he was shot, does that make you kind of wonder? You know, and it could be a cover-up. I mean, who knows? Who really knows? I mean, I'm not going to hang on to this theory for the rest of my life and say, you know, that's my one little nugget of truth that I had. I don't really care if it's true or not. He's dead. That's the important part. Well, how he was killed doesn't really matter. But anyway, yeah, so I go on this forum page with these other guys, and all it's been is bitch. That's all they do. All they want, and then this is the good part. I said a theory they don't agree with. So, like, obviously, you know, you're not very smart. You have to work on your debating skills. Of course I do. And you don't have a martial arts background. I'm like, but I do have a martial arts background. And they're like, no, you don't. I'm like, well, except for the part where I have a martial arts background and I've been working on it since a young teen. Other than that, though, no, I don't. And they're like, no, you don't. I'm like, but I do have it. It's called Long Fist Kung Fu. I took it for 3 years. And then I took various other martial arts. Like, no, you didn't. You guys are so smart. It's amazing. But if you need to insult other people to make yourself feel better, you know, hey, why don't you just go ahead and keep doing it? It makes you feel good. You don't realize how fucking stupid it is. Go ahead. It's one of the most infantile and ridiculous things I can think of. But hey, you know what? You have more power to you. It's beautiful. People don't listen to you on forum pages either. That's what I like. Everybody's anonymous. I'm not anonymous because I'm still anonymous since, you know, you can't come and find me. You don't know where I live. But if you wanted to, you could send me an email. I could send you a video chat, you know, that type of thing. I mean, I'm kind of in your eye a little bit, aren't I? Because, you know, I'm a real person. I'm really here, and you see what I'm about, and you hear my voice and your body language, all that shit. But it's like, you don't, on forum pages, you don't get to see the other person. So obviously they could make up anything, and they often do make up anything because, you know, they want to look good in front of their friends. It's beautiful, and I know it's a waste of my time, but like I said, I didn't really have much else to do, and I like arguing anyway, so whatever. So yeah, it's great. On Internet Movie Database, I had a long out and about with this guy named Miles Giles, and he's a troll. Like, he died in the wood, you know, or die in the whatever the fucking saying goes, but he is a troll. He would come on saying that he's got higher bred genes because he's, you know, Anglo-Saxon, and we were talking about lifting weights. He said he squatted something like 500 pounds, and I'm like, okay, so you're in the top 1% percentile for your intelligence, and you're also in the top 1 percentile for strength. Do you see how a really strong guy generally is not going to be a genius? I mean, yeah, there's some smart strong guys out there, but for you to be Einstein and Arnold Schwarzenegger in the same person. And all this guy would do is just go stir up shit. He would keep saying, well, I understand you guys have little theories, but since I'm Anglo-Saxon and I'm British, I'm better than everybody. Oh, it was great. All I did was follow him around and just say, look, this guy's a troll, that's it. That's all I would do. So I was bored, I didn't have anything else to do. Why not? So my 10 minutes is almost up, and I'd just like to say, hey, if you're on forum pages just causing shit, why don't you listen to the other people.